What's happening, guys? I'm Kobe Chow here with Craig McCoy, and welcome to our latest Tuesday training, where every week we bring to you a live training from lead gen and AI all the way to business planning and goal setting.
You have the new version and the old version. We collaborate to make it awesome.
If you want to join and jump on the next Tuesday training, join our school platform below. It's completely free. Click the link below, and we'll see you there. What is happening, everybody? Welcome to another Tuesday training. As you can see, I am calling in from out of the office today, playing a little hooky, and wanted to not do
Well, tell
everything
them
late.
why. Tell them why. That's my favorite part.
Feel like I got kicked in the face with like the flu. Still was gonna truck it out and jumped in the car to drive to Canyon Lake, and my tire popped. So I think it was God telling me to stay at home and not be on the road today and or get healthier for Thanksgiving. So um, yeah, I'll be taking it here. Craig's obviously in office there. Still wanted to jump on with you guys. Craig has some great stuff to kind of run through on AI today and search engine within AI, and he's gonna go down kind of a rabbit hole. It'll be more of an introduction to the
I
concept,
don't know about rabbit hole, but it's gonna be an overview.
overview, I should say, about some stuff we've been reading about and learning about, and want to just kind of introduce to you guys to keep it on your radar. If it's something that is of interest to you, we will do an entire module around it, bring in probably some experts around the concepts, and make sure you guys are well prepared. But first, I wanted to run through an update of the leaderboards for the link competition. So Michael and Sue have been kind of running away with it. One thing I just want to kind of mention, I love how serious you guys are all taking this. When we first started the competition, we thought, yes, people might go out and post a few more times, and it might help some of our agents come up with new concepts and new ideas. But the overall feedback that we've gotten is just more than we ever thought. So thank you guys for taking it very, very serious. I'm getting emails from agents at 1 a.m. asking questions about social media posts and if they get points for bringing somebody in the school platform or whatnot. So thank you all for taking it very serious. We're having a really, really fun time doing it. Love all the new ideas that you guys are coming up with, and
I'm
wait,
pretty sure that 1 a.m. email was about me kicking your ass at golf.
it had to do with you kicking my ass in golf as well. So Sue, thank you for emailing me, and you will be wrong because I will beat Craig in
It
golf.
won't happen.
But yeah, so top three, Michael, Sue, and Brooke. Vanessa's not far behind. Michael has been posting just a ton on social, so you can see where he's getting most of his points from is on the lead gen side. I think we're gonna have both Michael and Sue and maybe Brooke. Brooke, I'm gonna call you after this and talk to you about it on some of the upcoming meetings to kind of run through what they are doing. With Michael, how he's able to post so much on social media. He's been using a ton of AI tools to help just increase the overall production and be able to post that often. And Sue, I know we spoke about getting you on maybe one of these Tuesday meetings. So yeah, live leaderboard. Here's top three. Vanessa's not far behind. Brenda's not far behind that, and Camille. So everybody who is participating, thank you so much for participating. There is still 5, 6 weeks left in the year. So don't look at this and think, oh, I'm too far out. I think Michael this past week got over 1,000 points just in the last 7 days. So it is still possible. It's still anybody's game. And obviously we have the top three for a reason. So uh, yeah, that is quick update on the link competition. Um, Brenda asked, quick question, do mail outs count? Do you mean like
Mailers?
flyers and like actual mailers? Because if so, then yes, we'll count it as a newsletter is counted, which I think is the answer. But if it's something different, go ahead and throw a quick chat in there. Um, Second thing to touch base on before we jump into kind of what today's lesson is going to be about. We are going to be putting together only for Southern California to start. So if you're in a different area or different state, apologize. But we are putting together a small focus group for some new features of LinkedIn.ai that we're going to be rolling out all around agent-centric branding and unique links and how you guys are able to utilize the Link.ai system for getting more leads in the door, lead management, converting consumers. So we have about 6 or 7 people in it already. If you are a Southern California agent and you want to jump in this small focus group with us. We're going to be meeting weekly, going over new features, new ideas, new concepts, and kind of rolling out beta tests with all of you. So if anybody is interested in doing that, outside of the people already texted, I already got all of you guys on there. Just shoot me a text and let me know. We're going to have the first meeting start next week. So um, yeah, those were my two housekeeping items. Craig, I will turn it over to you.
Yeah, well, so this is going to just kind of be an overview of AI and kind of coming from where I began in my career. The internet was fairly new in its infancy, at least, right? So Google, I think, came around like 98 when I started in the business. And so all these things, all these tools you guys have now just gives you a huge advantage over the seasoned agents. Because if you're new coming in, or when I was new coming in, our tools were limited, right? So now you guys, as younger agents, can come in and just kind of dominate at any stage of your career, any level of whether you're a veteran or a new agent. And so there's a ton of things out there that we can touch on today. And like Kobe said, we will put together a module diving deeper into AI. I mean, we're just going to scratch the surface. You have AI automations that are going to help you with your daily tasks, your daily business itself. But I'm touching more on the marketing side. And so when we're going through our modules, the big thing for me to push is conversations. How can you guys go out and get more conversations daily? Okay. That's going to be your network, your networking. And then from there, how do you get out there and do that? You have your marketing, you have your digital marketing, your print marketing, your socials. Everything's going to tie back into your digital footprint. And that is what we're going to go over as far as being search engine optimized and now AI optimized. Because now everyone, I'm hoping, has heard of AI or at least Chat GPT. And Chat GPT is not replacing, but definitely coming up to be equal to Google. People are using these AI chats to find agents, to find properties. Kobe mentioned link.ai. And so for those of you guys that haven't been on yet to check that out, check it out. You know, we are trying to innovate as a company. Obviously, we have our back end technology for our transaction management, to run our teams, to run the company, all on the back end. And now we're going to go pretty heavy on the front end with the conversational co-pilot for buyers to search for property. So check out link.ai. Um, and this is going to come back around to, again, to how do you guys compete in this market, whether you're a veteran with years of experience or whether you're a new agent trying to leapfrog those veterans that only have, I guess, I don't want to say archaic because we all have access to the same tools, but just a different way of doing things. Again, so for my career has been all around networking and sphere of influence, and now I'm and by no means qualified to teach you guys AI, but this is where I see the similarities coming into play with when I started with the internet. It sounds pretty crazy, back in 98, and now with AI, they're very similar, if not just parallel paths, and how you guys be found. Okay, so as most of you guys know, Zillow and ChatGPT have formed I guess, an alliance of some sort. And so when you're going through ChatGPT, Zillow is providing information to ChatGPT. So if you are I guess, entrenched agent with Zillow, you're going to be higher ranking on AI. So if you have a chance to, I guess, AI yourself, not Google yourself, do both. Google yourself, see where you rank. Go on ChatGPT, go on Grok, go on these different AI platforms and put in your name or go into your area, whether it be Canyon Lake or Orange County, and type in top agents in this area. If you're not ranking there, how do you get there? All right, so that was a long intro to that. So I want to kind of go over a few things on that.
If I could jump in really quick as
Yeah,
well,
go
I
for it.
think kind of just to harp on what you said when you were getting into it and the internet was coming out, there was all the people that were saying, "Oh, well, the internet's not going to replace agents," and obviously it's not. But agents who took hold of it and started their websites and started ranking on Google and started posting more on social media and took advantage of all the tools that are out there and made sure they were where the consumers were searching are the ones that are crushing it now. So everything that Crazy can kind of run through, you have to think in the lens of a consumer. So if I'm a buyer, and instead of going to Google and looking up where are the top real estate agents in Kenny Lake and seeing all the Google ads, you need to be there as well as social media, as well as on your website. But you need to make sure you are, Craig that said, AI optimized. So what are you doing? Are you posting blogs? Are you posting social media within your social media and your YouTube videos? What are the taglines? What are the headlines? What are the hooks? What are the descriptions that you're going to use so that when somebody goes into ChatGPT and says, are there any agents in our area or in Carlsbad that you are going to be ranking up there with the other people? Because it's not going to be just on paid ads. It's not going to be who could spend the most money to be the top result anymore. You need to do these little things that Craig's going to kind of run through. We have a checklist for you guys to start just thinking about and look at this as a long-term approach to it. It's not something you can just turn on tomorrow and say, okay, I'm going to spend $500 this month and make sure I'm ranking within ChatGPT. You need to do all the little things that are only going to help you with your online presence and your typical SEO and your Instagram and your Facebook and your YouTube anyway. So as Craig's going through this, don't feel overwhelmed. These are all actionable items that you guys can take, little things that are just going to benefit your business overall. And this is not a AI is taking your job, but how can you guys utilize it to make sure you're where the consumers are searching?
Yeah, 100%. And so, and AI is taking your job. So be on the forefront of this because if you're not at least scratching the surface of AI or looking into it or learning about it, the agents, not so much AI, but the agents that are using this are going to just take off and you're going to be like, oh man, if you're learning AI in 2027, not too late, but I mean, man, you're so far behind because everything's starting now. Yes, we're at the infancy of AI. Yes, we're just scratching the surface. There's so many different platforms, so many different things coming out. But again, just learn it and just think about it from this point of view, right? In my mind of real estate, it's all about conversations. It doesn't matter how you have those conversations, if it's again outbound cold, outbound warm, whatever that is for you, do that. If you're great at social media and that somehow gets you traction, get conversations, use social media. This is just one piece to the puzzle to add to your, I guess, your arsenal of your marketing. Okay, so take that for what it's worth. But with that being said, start with your Zillow and your Realtor.com, Homes.com, your Google My Business, and get your profiles across every digital footprint or your digital footprint across all the different platforms. Similar, if not the same, right? Use ChatGPT to create your intro or your bio or whatever you're going to say across all those different platforms. So you have your Google side, you have your Google SEO, you have you have your YouTube SEO, your search or your YouTube ads, right? Your Google ads, Instagram. There's tons of new companies for AI generated content, AI optimized website, AI written articles, AI voice and video. There's just so many things that you guys can start looking into to really understand what AI's capabilities are. And then what AI is doing is it's tracking the algorithms to see who is not so much the top producer in the area, but it's who's producing the most content in the area. Who is that local legend? Who is putting out buyer's guides, seller's guides, area tours, business spotlights, all these things that showcase you as that local professional. So again, if you're not comfortable being that person, no problem, because this is just one piece. Go out and do whatever you want to do. But again, this is the intro to understanding what you guys need to do. So if you do have the ability to look into AI content and do TikToks and Reels, YouTube Shorts, long form YouTube, and Kobe, jump in anytime if you have anything to add to this stuff. But this is just like it's just like building this knowledge bank behind you as that consummate professional to be found on either Google or on AI. So jump in, Kobe, if you want.
Yeah, and I think just one thing to really stress with this is it's not just for AI. And obviously that's where you need to be, but by posting more on YouTube and posting more on your socials and posting more on TikTok and posting blog posts, you're going to be getting the organic traffic from all these other different sources as well. The, I guess, best way to look at it is when like we talk about a consumer going and searching you up on Google and trying to make sure you have your online presence cleaned up, so you have your website, you have your Instagram and your Facebook and your YouTube, and somebody should be able to tell that you're a real estate agent by looking at your profiles. What these AI search engines are doing is just a way more advanced search across you and comparing you to all these other agents in an area and seeing who checks all the boxes. They are obviously trained to give you the best result, the best answer. So if somebody goes in and says, who's the best real estate agent? Having your Zillow profile set up is one of those check boxes. Having reviews on your Zillow, having reviews on your Realtor.com, having those tie and match what is on your Google My Business and your Instagram and your Facebook all just add to the credibility of you. So if you could kind of think of it as a consumer going out and doing their homework, what is that times 100 and making sure that a robot can understand who you are, where you are focused as a real estate agent. I think just the biggest thing to kind of remember is going to be being extremely concise with what you're trying to put out, and thoughtful with it. So not just spamming posts. I know sometimes I fall into that trap and it's like, well, we don't have anything to post for the next couple of days. So let's just clip up a couple posts and push them out just to at least get content out there. But I think it's being a little more intentional in the posts themselves. Um, Michael, I know one thing that you are doing is creating the different Facebook groups that you are the owner of and pushing really hyper local content. I think that's going to be really, really great. So when somebody's going to search a specific neighborhood, and then if they ever ask who's a good agent in that area, I would think that you are going to be ranking very, very high in there because you are really positioning yourself as one of the local experts in that area. You're providing data, you're providing content, you're providing information that people could then go and search from. So I think, yeah, just it's a kind of along the lines of everything we've been helping you guys with is getting your online presence set up, posting more content. This is kind of following that same thought process and same line, just making sure you're intentional with it as well, and making sure you guys just have all the resources so that somebody else isn't the agent that gets found on ChatGPT and that you guys are losing deals. So, um, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Well, and to that point too is the branding piece. Who is that person that you're trying to portray? What persona are you putting out across these platforms? Have it be consistent all the way through, whether it be, I mean, consistency is key on all fronts, right? How many times do you post and how often do you post is one sort of consistency, but what messaging are you putting across all the different platforms? Have that be consistent as well. And what are buyers and sellers wanting right now? Right now that everything's moving so fast, they're wanting speed. We're all here, speed to lead. The fastest person to get to these leads is going to win. And so, can you have? I mean, I'm gonna shift gears a little bit because this is more about the marketing side of AI, but now it's the task side of AI. Can you have your module set up in Go High Level to where you're responding right away, right? Can you get that text out? Can you get that email out? And now you have these auto campaigns for these buyers and sellers that do find you um, on Google or on AI. It's that speed to lead where if you can't make that call right away, at least those drips are working for you right away. So have those set up in GHL. Obviously, Kobe and Dylan and the back end team can help you there. Probably not Kobe, but Dylan. But GHL is going to be a big piece. AI bot. They have all kinds of different AI things in GHL. I don't want to digress and go too far that way, but have your automations set up as well. Because speed to lead is going to be super important. Market knowledge. You're going to want to be again that local legend. Guides. If you're from my area, Canyon Lake, whether it be rules, the gates, the lake, the golf course. What is it about your community that's special? Be that person. Case study, market breakdowns, forecast, neighborhood guides, real-time pricing analysts. There's all kinds of things that you guys put out there for your knowledge bank. Um, and again, all this is ever changing, just like the internet was and SEO. Um, so just stay on top of some of these things. I keep using Kyle Wynn because he was big on YouTube, but when I searched for Canyon Lake, he didn't pull up high in that AI search. And I was trying to figure out why, and it's mainly because of the 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 marriage now between Zillow and ChatGPT. Because if you're not having recent reviews and recent closings and recent activity in your Zillow or your Zillow profile isn't complete, ChatGPT is going to rank you down lower than these agents that are active in Zillow. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's what's happening, at least with ChatGPT. So make sure, like Kobe said, get your, I'd say first and foremost, Zillow profile complete. Sadly, you have reviews on Google, you have reviews on Zillow, reviews on Realtor.com, reviews on, whatever, and it kind of sucks because there's so many different spots for reviews. But sadly, right now, it's going to be, I think Zillow is going to be the lead on reviews, even over Google, but try to get them both dialed in.
And I
I
think
know. Go
could
ahead.
just be used as kind of a obviously with the competition as well, we had you guys go through and kind of clean up your online presence. We'll be kind of attaching some other accounts to look out for that are outside of just your typical social media ones. I mean, I went on my Zillow account yesterday and it hasn't been touched in about 2 years. I think it was missing probably 6 or 7 of my sales that I have done. My bio was a little bit outdated. It had the wrong address, had the wrong website. Uh, and just that easy to forget one account. And my Realtor.com was a little bit different than my Zillow, and my Homes.com was a little bit different than my Realtor.com one. And then that wasn't matching the Google My Business we had for the hat trick team. And that was a little bit off on the bios and the about us sections of the Hattrick website, and that was a little bit different than the Instagram account and the Facebook account. So if you could think of how a consumer once you get confused by going on and seeing that I still live in Los Angeles, they're obviously not going to call me if they're looking for a house in Carlsbad. And my Zillow profile still showed I was in Los Angeles. So use this as kind of a obviously Thanksgiving's coming up. Take the time, spend time with friends and family, but use this as kind of a time to go through and do just a more of an audit of these extra platforms as well. If you're a new agent and you don't have any past sales, or you don't have anything that's going to show up in Zillow, you could still have your account created. You could still have your website tied to it. You could still have your Instagram and your Facebook and the content's being pushed. When you do your first lease, even or a referral, you can get a review for that. Like starting with the basics, just sure the account is set up correctly and the bios match and the descriptions match and the addresses and the websites and all of that is all cleaned up and tied. I think is just be really important. And once again, this is more of a long-term outlook over the next like years to come. You want to make sure you have it all set up from the beginning. I know agents who have done a ton of deals. You go to their Zillow profile and there's not a single review. There's not a single sale added because they don't have the right MLS actually even tied to it. So it's just one of those things that like Craig said, with the ChatGPT integration with Zillow, it's kind of pushing this up to the top, but it's still important, whether it's Realtor.com, whether it's Homes.com, whether it's Google My Business, to make sure you have these reviews, these this content that's going out, these blog posts, things like that, kind of across the board.
And updated. So treat your Google business page like a social media page and update that with videos, with photos, with listings, and keep that as current as your Instagram. That's going to be uh, help you guys get ranked as well. But yeah, so like Kobe's saying, optimize your profiles, add your photos, add your videos, make sure your bios are SEO optimized. So if you're an agent in Canyon Lake, you're talking about Canyon Lake. Or if you're in Carlsbad, you're talking about Carlsbad. And it all goes back to that SEO. The old school is the keyword search, and so just have those keywords in as many places as you can to be able to be found. And like right now, we're starting out a new Instagram page, and you're gonna want to just have some background. So if you don't have a lot of content right now, go through and have a content dump, right? Make as many posts as you can to just build that base, and so you have posts in your Instagram. So I know we're trying to figure out the balance between personal and professional as far as posts are concerned with Instagram and Facebook. Obviously, your LinkedIn professional, your Google My Business is professional. Instagram is more personal. And so I'll post a video of me riding dirt bikes and I have 2,000 views. I post a video of, one of our clips from these meetings and I get like 10. So it's like, obviously my personal side is gaining way more traction than the business side, but you gotta kind of find that balance to get people to not just tune out to your page if it's all business.
Yeah,
Um,
that's one of the hardest things that we have been trying to balance. It's posting too much just generic content and then making the intentional content, but you need to be posting enough intentional content to make sure you're being consistent with it. So we do understand it's a balance. And obviously, the last 2 weeks, a lot of the trainings have been around how to kind of bucket up content, how to schedule stuff out. So if you are on here and you weren't on the last 2 weeks trainings, definitely go back and watch it. Jordan does a really, really good job. And we have the new module that kind of recaps it all. on how to create content that is meaningful, that is local, that is to your area. Within a day, you can probably post out and schedule for the next 30 days just by taking different filming approaches. So make sure you're watching that last module on how to kind of optimize your social medias.
Yeah. And so when it comes to jumping into this world, video, I still think is going to be the next big push. So if you guys can get comfortable um, in front of a camera, get your YouTube channel set up because there's going to be a lot of this. Uh, I guess the what do you call the web crawlers to go find you. YouTube is going to be a big piece of that. Have your transcripts in your videos, your website content, your local guides, your blogs, your reviews, social media, all this stuff is going to, build that knowledge base, showing you as that local area legend, that local professional. Um, does anybody have any questions on anything? Is this foreign to anybody, whether it be Chat GPT or Google Gemini or Perplexity or any of these new platforms that anybody has questions about? By all means, ask. Um, But yeah, then from, and this back to our coaching, those are coaching calls that want to get involved more in the coaching side. What is it that you guys could be doing on videos? And I talked last week about doing um, tours of new homes in different areas, new home builders. They're giving away great deals right now. So if you want to go out and just, walk through different new housing tracks, do that, show property to yourself, film yourself walking around your area, do all these little videos to get those on not only on Instagram and social media, but on YouTube Shorts and get that YouTube channel built out as well. Kobe, anything?
We have a couple questions that were kind of throughout the meeting. So
Go.
yeah, I think just to, I guess, tie all of that together with a pretty bow. Obviously, today was more of an overview of it. We want you guys just to be aware of it. I know we're working with a couple of the agents already on how to kind of optimize yourself within the search engines, the AI search engines more specifically. So this will be kind of an ongoing conversation. If you guys are interested in this, let us know. We could bring in, like I said, experts who probably know way more than me and Craig about it. And they can really give a little bit more drill down information on it. Just mainly want to kind of bring it to your guys' attention as something to consider as we're going into the end of the year to make sure it's on your guys' radar for 2026. But yeah, a couple questions that have came in. Do holiday and Christmas cards and newsletters
All
and
composition.
outreach count? Yes, 100%. Any touch points that you guys can get. Like Craig said, it's all about contacts. How do you get in contact with people? I don't care if it's for Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, you name it, your birthday. Yeah, that all counts. Just want
Yeah,
to say
so
hi.
again, think to that question there, just think about all of what we're trying to tell you guys. Everything is about contacts and conversations. Having these conversations that turn into real estate conversations, that turn into you're that professional that they're going to think about when they're having a conversation with their friend or their coworker or somebody else. You're top of mind when it comes to that. So it's just about contacts and communication and staying in front of people. So how do you do that? All the different ways. This is just one of them. Go ahead. Sorry, Kobe.
All good. Somebody said just wanted to say hi. We just got a new listing. That is awesome. Congratulations. Was it from the competition? Let us know how you got it. Donald said, not trying to take the reins, but also generative engine optimization is becoming very important for AI, 100%. So we will be obviously doing more research into each of these different avenues. And like Craig said, it kind of sucks that there's so many different things out there right now that you have to try to stay ahead of, whether it's AI, whether it's Google search, whether it's realtor.com or homes.com or
But
Zillow
they're
or
all tied together for the most part, you know?
all tied together. So we want to make sure you guys just are aware of what is out there and something as simple as like one up with your social medias by filming the content and using a different tool. You can post on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn in the same amount of time that it takes you to post one Instagram post. So it might seem overwhelming, but there's gonna be a ton of tools out there as well that you guys are gonna be able to utilize to kind of cover all your bases at once. Um,
Well, yeah, and use the AI. And so if you want to make guides about your local area, like we're in Cane Lake, you make an area or a guide about Cane Lake or a guide about Temecula, have AI make the guide for you. Use AI, make posts on Reddit, on what's that, Quora, on local news. Make these posts out there so you are the local guru, right? Put yourself out front of as many different sites as you guys can, whether it just be blog posts or guides or whatever. Sorry, go ahead.
All good. Um, Vanessa asked, what are keywords for SEO? So I guess the easiest way to think about it is if somebody goes into Google and says, what is the best restaurant in Carlsbad? And I have consistently been posting blogs within my website saying, this is the best restaurant in Carlsbad, check it out. And I include either a video with it or just a blog post around it, kind of tying in what keywords Google feels my blog and or my content and or my posts will satisfy. So they obviously want to give the best answers as possible. And so if I've been consistently posting about the best restaurants in Carlsbad and somebody searches what's the best restaurant in Carlsbad, how do you tie your content and your website to that specific keyword? Um,
Hey, who asked that?
Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa. So here's something too. Here's a good chance for you to test out if you have Chat GPT and ask that question in Chat GPT and have them optimize something for you, whatever area that you're in, um, and have them make your bio or have them make whatever you're asking it, have that help you. Whether you're in Cane Lake, go ahead. Sorry, off track, but just utilize AI in this regard as well. This will help you guys a tremendous amount.
100%. Andrew asked, do you think AI will ever truly replace the agent? How do you see AI changing real estate as a career in the next 5 to 10 years? That is a loaded question, and I'll jump in first, but no, it will never, in my opinion, fully replace the real estate agent. As we mentioned, just it will make the good agents better, and allow the agents to do more work and more of a scale. So, with AI, I could post 10 times as much. With AI, I could vet more leads. So the entire point of like our link.ai system is going to be nurturing leads, converting leads, so you're spending less time dealing with a potential buyer that might not be real, giving them the nurture and the information they need, but also being able to focus on actually closing the deals. So I think AI is going to be huge for productivity, for scalability, and for being able to increase your workload. But at the end of the day, people still want to work with you as the human, as the local expert. Um, where the world's going to be in 20 years, I don't know. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
And that was the entire vision of Link itself, not just AI, but tech in general, and having a tech-enabled company to streamline this process between brokerage, mortgage, escrow, insurance, you name it. We want to make the transaction that much easier. And so if you look at how archaic our systems are in real estate, those are changing so fast. But the problem is there's so many fractured third-party systems out there. And so that's what we're trying to create at Link is just like a vertically integrated company that allows tech to help our agents go out and be that front person and be that much more productive. So is it going to take over? Like Kobe said, no, but it is going to help you guys be a better agent and be more efficient.
And with that, once again, if you guys want to be part of the Link.ai focus group and you're in Southern California, shoot me a text. We're going to be taking really like deep dives into all of this and actually building out different AI tools within our system that you guys are going to be able to turn around and use. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Shoot me a text. We'll get you added to it.
Yeah, and if you
Um,
guys want, again, I think we for sure going to do a little module on AI, but if you guys want a module on anything else, a module on Instagram or being the local authority, a module on YouTube, a module on footprint, on branding, yeah, if you whatever, we're here for you guys. So if you guys want to see something done, ask us, and we'll be happy to jump in and put something together.
we'll just do them all.
We have done most of them already, but we want to keep updating these things because everything is changing.
Yes. Brenda asked, do we text crumbs with what we were mailing and how many? Yes. So back to the competition. Any of the kind of mailers and outreach you guys are doing, just shoot a text to crumbs with it. And we'll get your points added. Veldon asked, what do sellers and buyers look at first when they're making that initial call? Your website, your listings, and or your overall experience level in real estate. How can a new agent get a potential client interested with working with a new agent? Um, that is going to be kind of a loaded question, and it, I guess, depends on where they're searching. So if somebody's looking you up on Instagram, they're not going to be able to see how many deals you have necessarily closed if your content is all around houses. And if you're posting that you're at open houses, if you're posting new listings, and they don't necessarily need to be your new listings, I know agents who are starting out that go and they film video walkthroughs at a new listing and say, newest listing in Carlsbad, four bed, three bath. This is the information on it. Let me know if you have any questions on it. Um, this kind of ties into being everywhere almost. If somebody finds you on Google, you need your website clean. If somebody finds you on Facebook, you need your Facebook up to date with content constantly posted on it. If they find you on Instagram, same thing. If they find you on TikTok, same thing. If you're a brand new agent, it's going to be hard to obviously showcase past sales on your Zillow profile, but still make sure you have a Zillow profile there. And so if somebody clicks on it, even if it doesn't show any sales, they click on your website, learn more about you. So it's really impossible to say where somebody's going to find you to start with. But just make sure, I think in one of the meetings a few weeks ago, we talked about no dead ends. And so if somebody goes onto your Instagram, can they click in your link to go on your website? If they go on your website, what are they seeing? Are they seeing video content? When they get to the end of your funnel, are they able to click somewhere else if they want to learn more? There should be no point where somebody just clicks on one of your profiles or finds you on a website and hits a dead end and doesn't know how to reach out to you or contact you. So just making sure you have all of your different platforms up and running and making sure you are at least visible to a potential client, I think is the most important thing to remember there.
Well, that too. And if you are new, don't act new. So you want to do your homework. If you're in an area that you're unsure about, or if you want to learn more, learn as much as you possibly can. Know, have your hot sheet, know your market, know real estate, know this stuff. So, be smarter than your buyer or seller. So when they ask you questions, you have answers. Don't give them the reason to ask if you're new or how many deals that you've done. So if you come across as that consummate professional, as that local area legend, right? Be that person. They don't have a reason to ask you that or even question anything about you. Just be proactive in learning more as much as you can about your area.
Sue said she's signing off to go ride dirt bikes and post them on her Instagram. So see you
I'm not
soon.
kidding. Look at my Instagram. That post got like almost 3,000 views and it was stupid.
This is an anonymous question, or not a question, but kind of just want to say to always double check your AI generated content. Don't get caught giving misinformation 100%. So, uh, we use or like to use AI to come up with ideas and come up with content. Always make sure you're getting your actual data, probably from the MLS, and or some other source. AI hallucinates a ton still, and if you go and ask what's the median home price in Cane Lake, just double check. You don't want to go out there and get caught, like you said, in a lie. So, Brenda said, I would love a YouTube one to learn about what to post. All right, sweet. Well, we will probably have Kyle come on that one, and I might have Darren come on that as well. So,
Yeah, for sure we'll do that. But just, just a couple things out of the off the cuff is just local business spotlights, local residents, your community, homes. If you're like again in an area, Carlsbad or Cane Lake, waterfront homes, golf course homes, different homes. Why live in Cane Lake or why not live in Cane Lake? Or just make a bunch of these little videos, these FAQ videos about your area. Those are going to be the easiest to film. And then again, be that if you go out and interview different local business owners, you're going to have their followers now following you because you're promoting them, kind of a thing, right? So cross promote local area, local businesses for the quick takeoff. But yeah, we can do a video on that.
and we'll probably do a module on that as well. Um, all right. Any other questions? I think that was it for now. Uh, and if that is it, thank you guys for jumping on. I know Thanksgiving is in 2 days, and so thanks for taking the time. Constantly learn. I like to think you guys aren't all on here just for the points on the competition, but even if you are,
It
it's
sounds
still.
like it is. No one cares about AI. I'm like, hey, I did all this
Uh,
homework on AI. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but
but yeah, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thank you for jumping on. Enjoy, be safe, enjoy friends and family. Um, Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. I think we'll have a couple agents on over the next couple weeks, kind of like I said, talking about their experience. If you guys need anything, we will be around all week. So text us, email us, call us. See you guys soon.
thanks, guys.
Thanks.